Hi, and welcome to an advanced Pilates mat flow workout. So during the next hour, we will be moving at a flow-based pace through the advanced Stop Pilates mat repertoire. If you have not already participated in the detailed instruction advanced mat video, please do so prior to participating with this workout video, as we will be moving through quite a few new exercises, and I would definitely recommend that you get the breakdown of instruction for that prior to participating in this one. Okay, so given the intensity of this and the amount of spinal mobility that we need, we are going to do a little bit more of a warm-up today. So what I would like to begin with is I'm going to have you start in a quadruped position. So we are going to begin on all fours. So knees under the hips, hands in the vicinity of the shoulders, so you can have them slightly forward of that. And we're going to press gently into the floor with all of our fingertips, creating just the slightest pocket of air under the palm. And then what I want you to do is tell your sternum to lift away from the mat. So you've given just a little bit of a push in. We're going to go into just a couple of cat stretches here. So I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath in. On this first exhale, blowing out through pursed lips, gather the belly button away from your shirt. So I haven't changed the shape of my low back, but I have engaged the abdominal wall. So keeping that support, take another breath in. And then on this exhale, we're going to begin at the tailbone by pulling the tailbone towards the floor, and you're going to sequentially take the spine into full flexion. So from tail to head, take a breath in, and then we'll release in the same direction. So the sit bones are going to come out first. You start to release through the back, shoulder blades slide down, and you're returning into neutral spine. We're going to repeat that again. Take a breath in. And then once again, you're telling the tailbone to pull down towards the floor. Your glutes begin this, and then the abdominals engage to fold the rib cage towards the hips. Now you are opening up the shoulder blades here, but don't aggressively push the floor away. I don't want you to over protract the scapula. On your next exhale, releasing through the tailbone again. And then what we're going to do from here is I'm going to have you take your knees further apart, toes together, and then I just want you to shift your weight back, kind of pushing the floor away, curl the tailbone under, create a little bit of space in that low back. And now take your body weight and shift back forward again. So we're going to drive the hips back. Once here, push the mat forward. Actively curl the pubic bone towards the belly button, curling the tailbone under. Really just focusing on some lumbar release there. And then bringing that back and forward. Now from here, I'm going to take us into just a little bit of spinal rotation. So what I'm going to have you do is take one arm, reach it out to the side, and then take that arm, breathe in, and then as you exhale, that arm's going to thread the needle, so you're going to thread it through. Now as you do that, I'm going to ask you to shift your weight back again. Imagine trying to lay that shoulder on the floor. Now tell your eye gaze to turn up towards the ceiling. Breathe in. Tell your exhale to assist you in shifting all the way back and up. Breath in. One more time on this side. Shifting back, thread the needle, turn the spine, eye gaze moves up towards the ceiling, over the shoulder. Breathe in. And then on this exhale, just return back, placing that hand on the mat. Other arm reaches out, breath in. Take that exhale. As you thread the needle, you're shifting the hips back and turning your eye gaze up. Breath in, exhale, unwind, arm back out to the side. One more time, breath in. And then exhale to shift back, thread the needle. Take a deep breath in, and then we're going to return, placing the hand on the floor. Okay, so now we are going to get ready to go. So for the most part, the first half of this is your intermediate based flow work. So this should be a bit of a refresher. And then as we get towards that back half, then all the advanced work starts to sneak in on you. So please honor your body, modify things where you're able to. Some of the modifications that I will cue you through at this time will be cues that you've heard previously in other workouts. So you can always omit an exercise if that feels appropriate as well. So what we're going to do is we are going to decide, do we need to be in an imprint or can we work in neutral with our legs in the air? So I'm going to have you pick your spinal position, bring one leg to tabletop, bring the other leg to tabletop. Let's take a deep breath in. We're beginning with the 100. So as you exhale today, you're going to nod the chin towards chest, flex the thoracic spine. Legs are going straight up to begin. And pump. In. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Hold them there. Inhale. And lower. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. And down. Breathe in. And lower, only as far as you can keep the low back protected. You're going to do one more time. And lower. Hold here. Inhale. Now you're going to start to unwind that. So bring it back up just a little. Don't rush all the way back out. Breathe in. And up a little. Breathe in. And up. And in. And up. Take this breath in, bend the knees, pause here. Now on this exhale, I'm going to have you take one leg down, other leg up, assist yourself up, right into the half roll back. Breathing in to prepare. Exhale, rolling back onto the sacrum, arms floating down to shoulder height. Inhale forward. So this exercise, we should be a pro at by now. You've been doing this one ever since Essential Level 1. And forward. Maintaining the height of the arms at shoulder height. Right here, keeping the shoulder blades from over protracting. Arms will have to float back up slightly to make that shoulder height position at the top. Try to keep the shape of the spine identical in the forward and back position. Let's do 2 more coming back. Inhale forward. This time you're going to go all the way down to the mat and we're setting up for the roll up. All the way down. Legs extended together or apart. Arms reaching overhead. Remember, you can modify in any way you need to. Inhale, lead with the arms. As you exhale, the head nods. You're going to go through your imprint all the way forward. If you're restricted in the hamstrings, give a little knee bend there. Inhale, start to roll down. Keep curling your pubic bone to your belly, to your belly, to your belly, and then you're going to release back to neutral, keeping the lower rib cage on the mat. Breathing in, use that exhale here. It's definitely helpful. I'm often talking through that part and I struggle a little bit. If I can use my exhale, it certainly helps. Guys, we're just going to do 2 more of these. I know in previous workouts we do 5, sometimes up to 8, but there's so much flexion through the lumbar in this workout. You will not miss it. Okay, so we're going to go 1 more time. So reaching up, exhale. Inhale, start that roll back down. And exhale the rest of the way down. Let's bring the arms down beside the hips for the moment. We're going to set up for 1 leg circle. We're going to vary it slightly today. Tabletop the leg. So recall, you can either take the leg up to extended If that's a little grippy in the hamstring or the hip flexor, keep a little bend in it. If you feel wobbly as you're going through this exercise, bend the leg that's on the floor as well. So I'm going to leave the leg on the floor straight, and I'm going to soften this knee. Today we're going to bring the arms up. Turn the palms to face each other, plant the shoulder blades on the mat. Breathe in as you start the circle to the midline. Exhale as the leg goes around, and you pause. Use that exhale to your advantage. Try not to restrict mobility in the hip. You're trying to resist being tense. And we're going to go 2 more times. As the leg goes to the outside, you may notice a little heaviness on that same side shoulder blade. Reverse your direction. It's your hip bones. Keep them pointed to the ceiling. So if you were in a dark room and your hip bones were flashlights, you want minimal movement. Last 2. And last 1. Now, breathe in, bring that leg to the floor, exhale, lower the arms and lower the leg. So we want to balance this out. So whatever you did on the other leg, you will repeat on this leg as well. So I'm going to keep this leg straight, keep this one softly bent. I'm going to bring my arms back up, plant my shoulder blades, neutral through the lumbar spine. Breathe in as I cross to the middle, exhale as I come around, and I pause. Just check in with your 2 sides. Notice that there may be some differences in how the motion feels, as well as your ability to stabilize against the weight of that leg wanting to take you with it. This time pause and reverse your direction. So we go to the outside, back around and hold. Last 2. And last 1. Now bringing that leg back down, send it out as the arms come back overhead. We're going to use our roll up as a transition to seated. Reach the arms, follow with the head, go through your imprint, flex over the legs, and then stack yourself up to seated. And then again, we're either coming cross-legged or we're reaching the legs out in front of us with the bend in the knee, straight leg if that's appropriate on your body. So reaching the arms either out into that diagonal or out to the side. Take a breath in, rotate to one direction, maximum 1, further 2, further 3, inhale to the center. And return. So you're thinking I'm spiraling up, 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 out of my sacrum. I still have weight on both of my sit bones. So think of this as a contraction, release, contraction, release, contraction. So it's not so much a bounce. We're going to do 1 more in each direction. 2. Breathe in. Last time. 3, 2, and 1. Breathing in. Lowering the arms down, setting up for rolling like a ball. So you can come to the front edge of your mat, scoop under, find that C shape to the spine, bring the legs up. Hands are going to balance out on the sides, lightly pressing into the legs, so you're already in the shape. Scoop under, inhale back, exhaling up. Keep your eye gaze in a set position on the leg so that you don't find your head meeting the mat on the way back and you're looking at the ceiling. So if you find yourself looking at the ceiling, you've lost the cervical flexion. 1 more, backing up. Now control down right into single leg extension. 1 leg out, 1 leg in. Here we go. So remember, that leg can be low. The lower it goes, the heavier it is. That may be an appropriate challenge.
If it's causing the low back to go into extension, not an appropriate challenge. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands behind the head, going right into obliques, armpit in line with hip. Recall, here we go. Exhale through the twist. Last 4. Take a breath into the center. We're going to lower down, setting up for slow double leg stretch. We've made that diamond shape. Take an inhale to prepare. Head nod, flex up with an exhale. Inhale to the 100. Exhale, arms overhead. Legs laterally rotate, flex and point. Inhale back to the 100. Exhale down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, flex up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, arms overhead. As they circle, the legs rotate, flex, point. Breathe in, back to the 100. And down. Inhale, prepare. Head nod up. Reach. Overhead, rotate, flex, point. Back to the 100. Lower down one more time. Prepare with an inhale. Exhale, flex the thoracic. Reach to the 100. Try not to lower right here. Rotate, flex, point, reach back. And down, right into double leg stretch. Legs together, hands beside the thighs. Flex up, breathe in to prepare. Exhale, reach, inhale around. So the arms go further back, the legs go lower if the challenge is needed. It's all based on your ability to keep the low back from overextending away from the floor. Here's 2. Here's 1. Legs go up, hands can be long beside you, or they can come behind the head for scissors. Pulse 1, pulse 2. 1, 2. 4 to go. 3, 2. Last 1. Both legs up, breath in. Exhale to lower down. Remove your head prop, setting up for shoulder bridge. So this is the same. There's no difference between here and the intermediate. Legs together for a moment. Make a V. Heels in line. Neutral spine with an inhale. We're going to exhale, push the floor away with the arms and with the feet. Now, as you inhale, you're going to slowly peel one foot up. Exhale, extend that hip, stretch with an inhale. Exhale down, inhale to reach. One more. Now bend this knee, put this foot back where you got it. Toe, ball, heel, transfer into that foot so you can peel the other leg up. And here's your 3, 2, and 1. Toe, ball, heel down. We're going to go one more time each way. Reach, lower to stretch. You're trying to hold your hips at that same height throughout the motion of that gesture leg. Last time up. Here's 3, 2, last 1. Toe, ball, heel. Take a breath in. On this exhale, you're simply going to set the hips back down. Now we are going to be setting up for the rollover. Okay, so remember that flexion of the hip when we get over is optional. I'm going to tuck my shirt in here. So choosing to either begin in an imprint or neutral, legs come to tabletop, send your legs away, hinge on an inhale, exhale into the rollover with the option to lower. Inhale back up to parallel, open, flex. Exhale down. Legs come back together. Hinge and exhale over. See where your hamstrings will allow you to go. Anything on this back line can restrict that. So it may not be your hamstrings. It can be lumbar tissue, which for me is restricted today. So I can feel a little resistance when I'm trying to lower the legs. Hinge. So you could choose to stay here instead of lowering. Then inhale, hold, open, flex, and lower back down. And we're just going to go one more time. So the legs come back together, hinge, exhale over, flex if appropriate, lift, open, and lower down. And then bring the legs in. Now, we're going to roll over onto our stomachs, setting up for one leg kick. We're going to use the intermediate version. You could go back to the essential where you are laying down on the backs of your hands. Otherwise, hands beside you. Let's push the floor away with the forearm and then draw yourself forward. So it's like you've tried to pull your mat backwards. So the abdominals are lifted. Remember, hip bones up, pubic bone down. Inhale, prepare. One leg comes up, point, flex, then release. Point, flex, release. I'm trying to get the belly of my hamstring to create that movement. Lots of shoulder stabilization here. Point, flex, and lower. Minimize movement of the upper body. You don't want the leg bouncing so much that you feel your whole body shifting forward and back. Point and flex. One more each way. Breathe in. Exhale to lower down, going right into breaststroke. Inhale, prepare. As you exhale, hover, reach the arms forward. Inhale as the arms circle and the upper spine extends. Ribs are down, pubic bone is down. Bend through your W. Exhale forward. Inhale around. Exhale through. Inhale. Let that inhale help support that extension. When you breathe in, your ribs want to open, they want to flare. Let the breath help carry you up. 2 more times around. Last time up. This time, just bend the elbows and lower back down. Now we're going to push back. We're going to take a quick shell stretch. Knees can be together or apart, actively flexing the spine. So you're really trying to curl that tailbone under there. Take a breath in, and then let's exhale and roll up. Okay, so we're going to set up for saw now. So we come seated, legs apart, about the width of the mat. Arms out to the side, palms facing forward. Breathe in, pick a direction, rotate. Exhale, lift the head off the spine. Flex forward. That front arm sawing past the pinky toe, the back arm's reaching back, and they're both thinking of gravitating to the middle of the body. Roll back up. That back arm will turn when it feels ready, and rotate forward. Don't rush it. Inhale to spiral. Exhale. Inhale as you roll back up. Exhale to rotate. Inhale, grow nice and tall. Armpit over hip. When you go forward, the opposite hip stays down on the mat. Roll back up. And return. And again. Restack. And return. One more time in each direction. Inhale as you spiral. Exhale as you flex the spine. Rebuild the spine up. Head's the last thing to build. Exhale, rewind forward. And last time. and forward. Allow the arms to relax down. Open leg rocker. So once again, we are going to scoot towards the front edge of the mat. We're going to go ahead and roll back of the sit bones again. Bring one leg up, bring the other leg up. Now I've got my knees bent initially here. Now what I'm going to do is lengthen my thoracic spine, and now I'm going to choose to extend the legs. If that's appropriate, you could keep the bent knees, remember? Inhale, going back. Exhale, forward. So full curve on the way down. And there's a presentation moment at the top. So once I've rolled back up, I'm going to let my eye gaze walk up my legs to between my feet and establish that length in my thoracic spine. Let those first 2 or 3 reps be a little choreography seeking mission. Last 2. And final 1. Legs are going to come together, and then we're going to bend the knees and bring the legs on down. Okay, so we are going to go on down, and we're going to go into our neck pull. So I'm going to start us seated here for a moment, hands in front of or behind the head. We're going to do hinges on the way down today instead of complete rolls. So you hinge until the low back feels like it wants to drop, and then you're going to actively let it drop down. Okay, so hands at the forehead. Begin on an inhale. As you exhale, I'm going to allow my arms to scoop through. Inhale, restack the spine. Exhale, hinge, rolling when you need to. If it's a little heavy on the way down, let those arms go back out again. Guys, we're just doing 2 more of these. So as you'll recall, inhale to begin. Exhale through. There's a lot of rolling up and rolling down today. So we're going to economize on repetitions. You may feel like I'm cutting you short right now, but you will not feel that way in about 20 minutes. Coming back down. One more time. I'm building in a personal modification today because I do need it. Inhale to restack. As I'm rolling down today, I feel a little vulnerable in my low back, so I am making it a little lighter by letting my arms go back out. Okay, so jackknife is next. So take advantage of jackknife today because remember, as we get into the new exercises, that scissors in the air and that bicycle in the air, that position is what we're going to be using again. So legs out, neutral or imprint. We inhale all the way over. Exhale, use the glutes to extend the hips. So you've opened up the front of the hip, breathe in to stay. As you exhale to roll down, how long can you keep the hip joint open before you have to flex it? It gets heavy as you go. Inhale all the way over again. Exhale up. Stay for an inhale. As you're rolling down, keep the neck long. Keep the neck long. Don't let the chin drop into the chest. Whew. 2 more. Exhale up. Should not have ridden any higher on the upper back there. On your next exhale, down we go. Keep the glutes turned on. They're pushing the legs away until they cannot do it any further. You want that moment where they can't go any further to be a controlled moment. Don't find yourself surprised. Exhale, extend, stay for an inhale, and then we exhale down. Rolling all the way through. When you get to the bottom this time, let's hug the knees in. Give them a quick little break. Whew. And we're going to be setting up for our side kick and our side leg lift series. So, let's go ahead, lay down on your side, Booty to shoulder in line with the mat, legs together. Remember, you could make a pillow prop here. This arm could be bent for this portion. Today this feels good. I'm going to lift my top leg up, hip height, and I'm going to make it as long as my bottom leg. Let's use an inhale and let's take that leg forward. Now as I'm going forward with my heel, I'm thinking of my sit bone pulling backwards. I'm going to go a little further. Now point the toe, and as you pull back, can you open up this hip without it pulling the belly button forward? Flex forward, 1, 2. Exhale, draw back. 1, 2, and return. 3 more times. Do you still have your little lift in the waistline here? So the obliques on the mat are lifted to hold the waistline up. Now let's bring both legs back into line. I'm going to take a quick check. Make sure that you've got room for this arm for number 5 today. So we add our lateral flexion. We inhale, point to lift, exhale, flex to lower. I am telling my foot to reach for the wall away from me. I'm thinking of long leg, long leg, long leg. I'm not allowing my waistline to sink as the leg goes up. It's not about the height of that leg. In fact, if you go too high, the side bend will happen. 1 more. Now we're going to circle the leg, bring it up, go forward, down, and back. Exhale. I am super interested in how far back you're taking that leg, not how far forward. So we can have mobility restrictions in the front of the hip that prevent us from going far, or we just lack stability. Our whole body wants to go with it, and you can bend that bottom leg if that's happening. Reverse. Exhale through the bottom. The other thing I'm checking in with is how much weight am I putting on my front arm. Try to minimize that, because in a minute we're going to be taking that arm off the mat. Here's 2, and here's 1. Both legs down, ready for staggered legs. So we inhale, one leg lifts. We bring the bottom leg to it. Check that waistline there. They come down together. Now that you know about the side bend that's coming up, this one and both legs lifting start to feel like preps. Inhale, exhale, down. 1 more. Inhale, exhale, down. Take a breath at the bottom. Both legs come up now on an exhale, and they lower. Start using this as a prep for what's coming. 3, 2, and 1. Now this hand can stay on the floor if you need it to, or we're going to try to bring it to the hip. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, I want you to feel your body being pulled apart. Then the lift up occurs. And I've pushed into the floor with my arm, and I might slide in a little, and I'm going to draw long to come back down. Exhale. Try not to sink the waist into the mat on your way up. Pull the waist off the mat. It may even be harder to do on the way back down. Exhale. And inhale to lengthen. 1 more time. And lower down. Now we're going to take this top knee down, and we're going to turn our head backwards. Okay, then we're going to come on up, and we're going to set ourselves up on the other side. I'm going to silence myself here, I'm a little buzzy. So when you go back down, I'm going to adjust my microphone just a little. Hip and arm in line. Legs go forward 45 degrees. Lift that leg up hip height. Make it as long as the bottom leg. Now take it forward 1. Can you go further on that second one? 2. This is a different side of the pelvis, so you may be more stable here, maybe less. Your range of motion may be different. So it's never about how big something is. The range that you're using is to challenge you in keeping other parts of the body still. So if this was super small and you were not feeling challenged by it, yes, then you would need a bigger range of motion. But if you go so large you cannot keep other parts of the body still, you've gone past your ability to keep your tissue stable. This will be the last one. Now, we're going to put the legs in a long line, and once again, I'm going to take a quick peek. Okay. I'm going to draw that top leg long again. Inhale it up. Flex to lower down. Keep the knee facing forward. So you should be pros at these now. We've been doing this since Essential Level 1. Last 2. And last 1. Now we're going to go into circles. Bring the leg up and circle. Last 3, 2, and 1, and reverse. Three, 2, and 1. And bring that leg down, setting up for staggered legs. So we inhale to lift, exhale to meet, and lower. Together and down. Reach and lower one more time. Now take a breath in at the bottom. On this exhale, both legs reach up. Keep the waistline from sinking into the mat. So yes, you will feel you're having to do more transverse abdominis compression. You're doing more oblique work here as well. 2 and 1, setting up for lateral flexion. Feel your head and your feet being pulled apart. As you lift up, push into the mat. You're thinking of trying to close the armpit. It's not going to move very far, if at all. Inhale back down. The idea of you trying to pull the armpit closed activates that lat muscle. So that's what pulls the arm towards the body. And back down. 2 more times. I can definitely feel a difference in my 2 sides. Last one. And once again, we're coming down. Take this leg forward. Allow your head to turn back. Now I want to do a real quick low back prep once again. So I'm going to have you come on to all fours for me and just give me a quick little cat stretch. Take a breath in there and then release that down. Okay, so now we are finally moving into the advanced exercises that are new. So I'm going to adjust again here. We're going to go back down onto our backs, and we are setting up for scissors and bicycle in the air. So down we go. So recall, a little bit like jackknife. That was a nice prep. So we're combining jackknife and we're combining scissors. So we are going to either choose imprint or neutral. I'm going to choose an imprint now. I've been doing neutral the first half. Legs coming up. Legs are going to reach away. So once again, I have that long inhale over. I'm going to exhale to extend the hips. Now remember, my hands are here just as a little placement. They're not holding my hips up. So I'm going to inhale to stay. Exhale, scissor, 1, 2. Inhale as they pass. 1, 2. So remember, if one leg does more than the other, your pelvis will want to go with it. So I should not come out of this and feel as if I've done a tricep exercise. The reality is my hands are only here to keep a reminder of where my pelvis should be. One more in each direction, but I'm not holding my hips up. So I'm not sitting in my hands. Breathe in, both legs up. Now on this exhale, just like jackknife, I could leave my legs up, or like rollover, I could bring them down and roll down. Okay, so we're going to go back over and we're going to set this up for for bicycle in the air. So now one long inhale over. We exhale back up again. Now on this inhale, go right into one of your splits. Now it's going to be my away leg. I'm going to exhale, pull foot towards bottom, pass through, inhale. So remember, my thigh doesn't come further towards me as I bend that leg. It's a little hamstring curl. Exhale, pass through, inhale into the next split. Exhale, pass through, inhale. Exhale, pass through, split, exhale, inhale. Last time, exhale, pass through, inhale, both legs up, and then we exhale all the way back down again. And we're going to give those knees a quick hug into the chest. Whew, okay. We are going to set up for double leg kick. So rolling back over onto the stomach. I'm going to pull my head prop back over into place. So laying with your head turned to one side. Hands on the upper back. Take a breath in. Exhale 3 pulses. 1, 2, 3. Draw long. Open and lift, lower and turn. Exhale, 2, 3, breathe in, lift, lower, turn. 3, 2, 1, long and lift. 3, 2, 1, long and lift. From here, we're just coming down. Push back, and we are coming right up to a seated spine stretch forward. So we're not going to do a shell there because you will get that spine stretch opportunity here. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, lift the head. Actively fold the spine. Remember, this is a great one. You guys could just find a wall in your house and do, especially if you are working on a computer at home. Lift chin towards chest, find that neck tension stretch, and then start to curve actively through. Stay in the same position on the sit bones as you come down. Roll back up. 2 more times. I want to milk this because teaser's coming up. Exhale down. Take a breath in and roll back up, which may also be why I'm doing the 4-breath version instead of the 2-breath version. 2 breath would just be exhale down, inhale up, which is perfectly fine too. You could have done twice as many reps as me as if you had done that. And then back up. Okay, so we're just doing one of the advanced teaser versions. If you are familiar with the Stop Pilates repertoire, this is going to be the one that we did do in our detailed video. So we're coming down. Keep in mind, if this is not appropriate on your body today or any day, go back to one of the previous modifications. Okay, so we start with the legs in extension. Arms reaching up and overhead. I'm going to do 4 of these today. We're going to do 2 and 4 breaths, 2 and 2 breaths. So if you've done this video many times, you could go right to 2 breath here. So the arms are going to lead. I take that exhale, I head nod, I find my imprint before I lift my legs, and I have to bend my knees today. Inhale as I come up. Exhale. Now on the way down, I'm going to reach my legs back out and lower back down. Inhale to reach. Exhale, head nod. Find your imprint. Inhale as you lift the chest. And then exhale, rolling away, rolling away, rolling away. And I'm going to reach the legs back out simply because it's a little easier with the levers being equal in weight. Now, long inhale. This inhale carries us all the way all the way up to the chest lift. And then a long exhale coming all the way back down. Final time. Roll through. Imprint, then lift the legs. Chest lifts. And then we exhale, and I'm going to go back out with my legs. All the way back down. Whew. Okay, arms around. Let's give it a flip over. Moving into swan dive. So again, this is not the full advanced version of the swan dive, but this is going to be the rock and catch. So it's another variation of the intermediate. If you know and are able to do full rocking swan, go for it. Anyone that knows me knows that is not my forte, and I'm not going to put it on video for prosperity. So we're going to inhale ourselves all the way up. Let's do a couple of slow rocks just to warm this up. Lift the legs, draw the mat backwards. So remember, that's where we're going to be going. Lift the chest, lift back up. Let's do that again. Legs lift, mat pulls back. So this is where we're rocking to. And lift back up. So now on the exhale, rock down, try not to drop the head, lift the arms, lift the chest. Two more. Last one. Hold, and then all the way down. Legs just slightly closer together for swimming, and then we will take a shell stretch. Arms coming forward, palms can be down or facing in. Breath in. Exhale, all points lift, spine extends, and then we're inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep breathing, and out. Remember, you can double time it, in, and out, in, and out, and in, last set, and out. Inhale, all points reach, exhale down. Now let's take that shell stretch. Much earned, pushing back. So active curve. One more breath in. And let's just exhale and trace the spine out, setting up for leg pull front. Find your plank position. Legs together. Inhale, one leg up. Exhale, glide back. Inhale, glide forward. Lower the leg, other leg, reach. Glide, get a nice calf stretch there on that leg on the floor. Don't lose that. If you pick up your bum, you'll lose the calf stretch. So if you're not feeling a calf stretch on that glide back, you may be lifting your hips up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, down, in. One more each way. Breathe in, stretch out, breathe in, lower. And then lower to the knees. Now we are simply turning this around for leg pull. Okay, so remember the hands are behind us. Fingertips are pointed away. You can be parallel or lateral with the legs. And if you have hypermobility in the knee, remember to bend the knee like we talk about in the detailed video. So breathe in. Let's exhale and let's posteriorly tilt to lift up. Remember, trying not to lose our bum. The breath is the opposite of shoulder bridge. So we're gonna exhale a leg up. Inhale, flex to lower. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, lower transfer. Breathing up. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale one more time. Exhale. Inhale, take a breath in. And exhale, setting the hips down. Going right into hip twist. I'm going to scoot just a little forward because I would like to do this on my elbows. You can always go back to straight arms. I'm gonna do my posterior tilt, bent knees. I'm gonna do long legs today. So we exhale to start the circle. Inhale around. Remember, you can hold those ribs. They don't move. Exhale. Breathe in. Reverse. Reverse. One more each way. And bend the knees in, taking the legs down and coming down onto our backs. For my absolute favorite mat exercise, control balance. I love this exercise. I think the name says it all, and on any given day it either works or it doesn't. So remember from the detailed video, the arms can be down beside you and then they could circle overhead, or they go ahead and they start overhead. Now, I can't reach the mat without my ribs popping. So we talked about this in the detailed video. So I'm gonna start with my arms a little up, but I have energy. I'm imagining someone's holding on to them and they're giving me leverage. I'm gonna find my imprint, bring my legs to tabletop, reach my legs out. So I'm hinging into my roll over. Okay, so if your arms were on the floor, they'd lift up a little bit here. I'm going to jackknife up again, yes? Now slow split. If you can touch the foot, you can go to it. There's no pulse here. So I'm balanced in the same position on my upper back. I'm not letting that change. And just like with scissors in the air, if I go too far with one leg or the other, it's going to throw my balance off. So, yes, do we see the name? Control and balance. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs can reach back up as the arms reach away. Flex the hips. And I'm imagining someone's holding on to my arms. Oh, that feels good. Feels a lot nicer coming down than it did going over. Circle the arms around, and then you're going to bend those knees in. And we're going into corkscrew. So like I said, there's a lot of rolling over in this one. So send those legs back out. Long inhale over again, yes? Now exhale, slight shift. I made one leg longer than the other. I'm just going to roll down now. Don't overthink it. It sends you down one side of the spine. Then my legs are going to circle, just like hip twist a little. And I'm just going to roll over. It biases up one side of the erector spinae, reset at the center. Go back the way you just came up. Exhale around. Inhale up the other side. And reset center. Exhale, shift, go down. Inhale up the other. Reset center. Exhale down. We're going to go back up one more time. Inhale up. This time reset center and then just roll down the middle. And we're going to let those knees hug in. Okay, assist yourselves up. And we're going into side kick kneeling. Again, lots of detail given on this in the previous video. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one foot out. That foot and this knee are in line with each other. I'm going to tilt over and put my hand down. So I have hand, knee, and foot in line, and I'm not going to lay back in this hip, and I'm not going to let my bum go backwards. So my pubic bone's fired up, pushing forward, lots of hip here. So if you're pushing the floor away and pushing into the knee, the lifting of that leg should not be as challenging as it looks like it would be. It also doesn't have to be that high, right? We can go parallel to the floor or lower. This hand can be to the forehead or on the hip. Flex just like when we're laying on our side. 1, 2, draw back. Inhale. So remember, when the leg goes forward, you are going to be tempted to lose your hip extension on the leg that's on the ground, and that would look like your booty going backwards. Don't let that happen. You'll know you've done this one right if tomorrow you're a little sore in your hip abductors. Last 2 and 1. Bend that knee. Take that foot to the floor, and we're going to assist ourselves up, and we're going to switch sides. Take the other leg down. Find the mat. Foot, knee, hand in line with each other. I'm thinking of reaching out through that foot to lift it up. So remember, we don't want to lift that foot up and see our body shift into the hand. Lift it up. Hand can be to the forehead or behind the forehead or on the hip. 1, 2. Right there, keep your pubic bone in this position when the leg comes forward. So you're stretching the hamstring. I don't have a lot of hamstring mobility, so you may be going a lot further than I'm going right there. Last 2 and 1. Bend that knee, take that foot or knee to the floor, and bring yourself up. Whew, okay, we're almost there. Seal. Some of these essential exercises feel really good, and you're grateful for them that they remain in the advanced repertoire. So let's roll back. Let's hug around the knee. So I'm inside the legs if that's appropriate on my shoulders. We're going to inhale back with or without claps. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Anywhere from 1 to 2 to 3. If you get stuck coming up, just pull those feet towards the floor. Remember, we're trying to do the claps in a pause position. One more set. And then you're going to unwind yourself, taking that out. Okay, we're going to set up for side bend and twist. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do side bend and twist on the same side and then switch sides instead of going back and forth. So hand, hip, foot in line. So this is from our intermediate. Exhale to prepare. Inhale, all the way over, and then exhale back down. So as I push into my hand, I push into that top foot. Hips are reaching for the sky. I'm going to go 2 more times. Last one. And down. Okay, now I'm going to set right up for twist here. So, slightly different. We're going to push up. We're still in a side bend, but I'm stopping with my arm in the T. Thread the needle, push away from the floor, pike the hips up. Inhale, come back to the side bend with the arm up. Rotate, follow that arm. Now back into your side bend with an inhale. And exhale back down. Okay? We've got a little technical issue here, so you're going to get a slight break there. We're going to go 2 more of those. So, inhale, make a T with the arms. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale back to the T. Exhale to rotate. Side bend. And down. Last time. I need a full breath. Here we go. Inhale it up. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, find your side bend. Exhale, open into rotation. Inhale, reach the arm overhead. And then down. So, in theory, you could choose one of these over the other, but I am gonna try and take you through the full flow so you get the full sense of it. So we're setting up for side bend again on the other side. So I'm going to have my hand, my hip, and my foot in line with each other. Breathing out to prepare. Inhale, full side bend over. And then exhale back down. Again, scooping, letting my hip lift high. 2 more. And last one. Now setting up for twist. So we inhale. The spine is doing the same thing. The arm just stops. Now thread, push off the arm, pike the hips. You rotate it here. Inhale, come back. Now rotate, keep your pelvis still, but follow the arm. Inhale, arm overhead. Exhale, back down. And again, breathe in, pike through. Inhale back. Rotate, side bend, and down. One more. Inhale up. Thread through. Inhale back. Rotate. Side bend. And down. Whew. Okay. So now, last rolling exercise is boomerang. And then we'll finish with a push-up, which you probably are like, oh, I'd rather do the push-up. Never thought you'd probably say that about an exercise. So, you get to this point, we've done a lot of rolling through the spine. So if today this is just not feeling doable because it's going to combine the rollover with the teaser, please just modify. And I will be using bent knee versions today on my own body. So, ankles are crossed, hands are beside me. Inhale to prepare. So as I exhale, I'm going to push off my arms, lift my legs, roll over. Inhale, switch the crisscross. Exhale, I'm following my legs out. Now this is where I'm going to have to bend my knees today. Inhale, the arms circle around. As I exhale, I'm going to follow them forward. Inhale, backs of the arms swim around to meet. And then I'm coming back down to go again. Inhale, switch. Exhale up. Ooh, I did straight legs. Inhale, circle the arms around. Exhale, follow the legs down. Inhale, swim the backs of the hands together. And repeat. Exhale. Inhale, switch the crisscross. So follow, let your hands slide along the mat. Teaser. Arms circle back, follow the legs down. Inhale, backs of the hands come together. Last time. Exhale, push to roll over. Inhale, switch your crisscross. Exhale, roll down, head nods, follow the legs. Circle the arms. Exhale, follow the legs down. Inhale, backs of the hands together. And this time, let's exhale to roll up. Whew. Okay, so we're just going to go right into push-up from plank. We're not going to do the walking and rolling down version if you're familiar with that from the Stop Pilates manual. So find plank, pick your hand position. Here we go, 4 sets, lower down, 1, 2, 3, exhale, push. Push the floor away on your way down. Keep the back of the neck and the low back from sinking to the floor. One more time. And then lower to the knees and push back. final shell. And then roll up. Whew, that was intense. Okay, so that was our advanced Pilates mat flow. So feel free to go back a couple of levels if you feel like you've missed some of the intentions of exercises. And sometimes it's really nice, even after you've become proficient with the advanced work, to go back to the essential. And you'll have a completely different appreciation for it after having done this work, to see what maybe wasn't as clear in the beginning that becomes more clear when you realize how intentional all of that work is for what's coming, how preparatory it all is. Okay, so as always, if you have any questions, you can email me at bodypotentialtraining@gmail.com. Thank you so much.